You're listening to part 1 of this audiobook. Enjoy the story? Part 2 and the rest of the story are available on Patreon. Go to Patreon and search for my page to continue listening. Now, let's begin part 1. Chapter 1_Age of Duelists. Lin Yu, get up. Wow, big brother, you can really sleep, hurry up, if you get your card late, you will be chosen by others. In the dim consciousness, Lin Yu heard a voice calling his name. What are you doing? It's not Sunday. Is Dad willing to slip back? Lin Yu slowly opened his eyes, and pressed his slightly dazed head. In the gradually enlarged and clear field of vision, a familiar face with glasses and a slightly naive head appeared. Bowl son? Lu Jun. What's the situation? Lin Yu's sleepiness dissipated for the most part. He was about to say something, but he noticed the surrounding environment and couldn't help being surprised. Now he is staying in the classroom of the 3rd grade, 6th class. There is no one else in the classroom except for them. The corridor outside is full of noise after school. Every student is walking in a hurry. Thank goodness you're finally awake, hurry up. Seeing Lin Yu wake up, Lu Jun breathed a sigh of relief. Do what? Lin Yu was still confused at the moment, and even suspected that he was in a dream. He had stayed up too late on Saturday night and woke up early the next day to fight the landlord, so he took advantage of the afternoon to catch up. As a result, when I opened my eyes again, it became like this. Wow, Lin Yu, you are so sleepy, can you forget such an important day? We are graduating soon, and a batch of cards that will be sold recently will be given priority to each school, and there will be a 20% discount. Only for our group of students. Lu Jun saw Lin Yu half asleep, with a worried look on his face, and from time to time he glanced nervously at the gradually empty corridor. Cards. Lin Yu frowned, but Lu Jun, who was beside him, couldn't bear it anymore. He tried his best to pull him up. Cow-sun, don't pull, walk around. Lin Yu didn't think about the mess for a while, stood up, and followed Lu Jun out of the classroom. Walking out of the teaching building, Lu Jun took Lin Yu to a building near the playground. This building is a sports building campus cafeteria. The cafeteria on the 1st floor has a canteen, and the 2nd and 3rd floors are indoor badminton courts and indoor basketball court and a few ping-pong tables. But this was only what Lin Yu knew. The reality is that before entering the building, you can see a long queue of hundreds of students divided into 3 teams. Lin Yu's focus is not only on this abnormal team, but more importantly, the surface of the building that was supposed to be the sports building turned into a huge LED projection screen. On the screen was a somewhat abnormal, middle-aged man who was still exceptionally handsome. Beside the middle-aged man, there was a shocking figure of a blue and white dragon. Elegance, beauty, majesty, power, and grimness, this is the first feeling it brings to people. Blue-eyed white dragon. Lin Yu couldn't help but blurt out, Yu-Gi-Oh is a classic that he has revisited many times, and of course he is no stranger to Blue Eyes White Dragon, one of the representative cards. But the problem is, this is a school, what kind of tricks are there? Ze God is so awesome, and his signature card Blue Eyes White Dragon, no matter how many times I watch it, I can't help but worship. He is indeed the Duel King of our country. Lu Jun said with a look of admiration. Duel King? Game of Thrones cards. A series of inexplicable things gathered together, and Lin Yu had already sorted out the general thoughts in his mind. He quickly took out his mobile phone, still the classic patriotic mobile phone, and read the news of the Goose Factory. Great news! In response to national policies, major high schools with dueling subjects have introduced new cards at a 20% discount, and the enrollment rate may reach a new high. It's heartwarming, a 2-star duelist in the capital illegally abused cards, causing trouble in the streets, and the glorious duelists who passed by shot at the speed of light to suppress. The secret realm of the light risk level was in turmoil, and many places such as desks, chairs, cables, etc. in a school in Pingjiang City were bitten and completely destroyed. The murderer has been identified as the White Star Monster Death Hamster. To inquire about one thing. He is on trend. Cross. People remain the same, interpersonal relationships and family backgrounds remain the same, but the world has undergone earth-shaking changes. Right now, in this world, there is a duel card similar to Yu-Gi-Oh, and it is roughly divided into 3 types, monster card, magic card, and trap card. The White Star Monster mentioned in the news can be understood as a low-star monster card. As for the secret realm, it is the foundation of this era of duelists. About 100 years ago, a group of abnormal humans who could feel the magic of heaven and earth appeared all over the world. These humans discovered the existence of the secret realm and were involved in it. In this magical independent space, there are beings that are now called dueling monsters. They have a wide variety of races, strange appearances, and all-encompassing abilities. The superhumans involved in them should not be able to resist. But at the time of the crisis, these people actually awakened an existence called the original card. Relying on the originating card, they saved the danger and successfully found a way to escape from the secret realm. Lin Yu, who has many years of experience in reading online articles, quickly calmed down and accepted this reality. Speaking of which, Lin Yu suddenly thought of something, turned his head to look at Lu Jun behind him and said, "Lu Jun, where is your boy's dueling plate? Why don't you take it out and see?" Dueling plate? Lu Jun was stunned for a while, then looked at Lin Yu with weird eyes and said, "Lin Yu, you really didn't wake up, did you? How could I have such a thing? At this stage, we can have good dueling gloves. It is a kind of happiness to use." Dueling gloves? Lin Yu's eyes moved, and he immediately saw the pitch-black gloves on his hands. The surface of the gloves was outlined with obscure and bizarre lines, which seemed to hide some kind of mystery. Quietly opening Du Niang, the definition of this glove became clear in Lin Yu's mind. This pair of gloves is exactly the dueling gloves Lu Jun said, used to store the existence of cards, and the storage limit is 10. The value of this pair of gloves alone is as high as 100,000 Chinese coins, which is a must for duelists. As for the more advanced dueling discs, Lin Yu also had relevant explanations in his mind. This kind of dueling discs is priceless on the market, but it is also very easy to obtain. Lin Yu is now in the 3rd year of high school. And he is not far from graduation. The conditions for graduation are that he has trained any dueling monster card and his own magic power has reached 100 points or more. Lin Yu slowly raised his palm, and a faint blue halo appeared. In the halo, the light blue dots staggered and danced like fireflies. This was magic. In today's card world, magic is the key to activating cards. If magic is insufficient, even if you have a powerful card, you will not be able to activate the card. Only after meeting the graduation requirements can Lin Yu be eligible to apply for the duelist college. Lin Yu didn't know his current magic power, but it didn't seem to be anything special. As for the definition of a duel-level monster, he didn't know for the time being. Taking advantage of the queuing time, Lin Yu asked Lu Jun for useful information relatively vaguely. First of all, Lin Yu's current magic power is 115 points, which is at the first line level in the entire 6th class. In addition, the so-called dueling level monsters are actually monster cards that have become stronger after special training by duelists. Usually, duel level monsters have the characteristics of lowering the consumption of mana, and awakening unique combat skills or techniques, or the use of elements, the development of racial talents, etc. The more advanced, the stronger the basic attribute of the monster card, the more difficult it is to grow to the duel level. After spending some time digesting this information, I don't know how long it took, Lu Jun's excited voice sounded. Come, Lin Yu, it's our turn, I don't know what good cards I can get this time. Enjoying Part 1 so far? This is only the beginning. Part 2 and the rest of the story are available on Patreon. Go to Patreon and search for my page to continue the story. Now, let's continue. Chapter 2 Chestnut Balls. Taking a step forward along the line, Lin Yu was the last person left. For the sake of order, the campus card shop did not allow students to enter the store to select cards, but set up a touch table at the card sales office, through which customers can select their favorite cards. Lin Yu probed over curiously, wanting to see which cards would be sold, but the student was very straightforward, as if he had already had a target, and after selecting the target card, he paid the money and left. The price of the cards was more expensive than Lin Yu imagined. One card cost the student 3,000 yuan, but it wasn't too strange. After all, this was the world of cards, and those cards had real meaning. Realization of the above. This thought only lasted for a moment. When it was Lin Yu's turn to choose cards, he had the urge to scold him. Lin Yu, who was full of anticipation, was about to choose carefully, but what he saw was such a scene. Skull Soldier. Star rating, white. Race, undead. Attribute, dark. Attack power, 700, defense, 500. Introduction, a tenacious skeleton soldier, with an amazing will to fight, which brings infinite fear. Drunken Beer Man. Star rating, White. Race, Warrior Race. Attribute, Ground. Attack power, 650, Defense power, 600. Introduction, Hey, you pay, I'll come, it's better to have some meat, eggs, onion and chicken. Insect Man. Star rating, White. Race, Insect Race. Attribute, Ground. Attack power, 500, Defense power, 700. Introduction, insects live in swarms, and the whole forest is their paradise. What kind of stinky fish and rotten shrimp is this? Lin Yu wanted to ask questions, but with these cards, the school would be too embarrassed to take out their hands to cheat money? Can it be worth thousands or even thousands? Or after discount? But he held back, because his reason told him that even if the school planned to play the students like monkeys, it was impossible to deceive so many people. Judging from the attitudes expressed by these students, they were all delighted from the heart and excited about the cards purchased this time. Perhaps in Lin Yu's eyes, these cards are blank cards without any special effects, and they are the ultimate younger brother, but to them in this world, who have not yet set foot in the field of duelists, these are extremely precious and powerful cards. In fact, although Lin Yu could think of countless super powerful cards in his mind, now, he is just an ordinary member of this card world. Thinking of this, Lin Yu already had the idea to sue the Travelers Association. What are you doing, Goldfinger? What about the standard passers-by? It's up to you to spit out the grievances, and it's related to Lin Yu's future as a duelist. 80% of the cards sold were monster cards without any special effects, and the one with the strongest comprehensive ability only had an attack power of 1400 and a defense power of 1500. An aqua monster card named Mermaid with a Bow. What is even more outrageous is that the price of this card is as high as 20,000 Chinese dollars. Even if Lin Yu's family is not bad, and it is now a card world, he still has more than 10,000 with him. As for the few monster cards with special effects, the price is even higher. There's one more thing. In the cards sold this time, there are almost no magic cards or trap cards. Just as Lin Yu knew through Du Niang. Magic cards and trap cards are relatively rare in this world. And the remaining few spell cards and trap cards have poor effects. For example, a magic card named Source of Wrath. The effect of this card is to increase the attack power of a fire attribute monster on your side by 100 points, and its price is 5,000 yuan. Seeing this effect, Lin Yu was stunned. Not only increasing his attack power by 100 points, but also specifying monster attributes. That's it, he could sell it for 5,000, which is really good money. How about it, Lin Yu, which one do you like? These cards are very powerful, and the price-performance ratio is really high. It is indeed a special new card. Lu Jun's eyes were hot when he saw it, and he urged impatiently. Almost there. Lin Yu casually said a word, and was about to pick a strong monster card within the economic allowable range, when a slightly light and soft voice suddenly came from his ear. Coolly. Lin Yu's fingers that were about to touch the table paused in vain, as if under some kind of traction, he patiently turned the card purchase interface to the end, but he was still the same in the middle, and he didn't find any special cards. But in the end, Lin Yu's eyes were fixed on a card, which was a magic card. Proliferation. Type, Quick Attack Magic Card. Card text, activate only by releasing a chestnut ball on your field. Special summon chestnut ball tokens, Demon, Dark Attribute, ATK 300, Def 200, as much as possible on your own field. This token cannot be used as a sacrifice for superior summons. Chestnut balls. The moment he saw this card, Lin Yu's eyes widened in vain. As if he had caught something, his eyes turned sharply, and on his shoulder, there was a little monster standing impressively. This monster was covered with soft brown hair, with a pair of large crystal eyes with a slightly transparent texture. The body was not much bigger than a basketball, with small and short claws and claws. This little guy is exactly the chestnut ball described in the proliferation. The sound I vaguely heard just now wasn't an illusion, it was from this little guy, and it was it that led Lin Yu to find the proliferation. But what's going on? How can I have a chestnut ball, and even if I have it, I haven't summoned it at all. How could it be possible to run out at this time? Lin Yu was horrified. Coolly. The chestnut ball standing on Lin Yu's shoulder gently waved his short claws, as if to greet him, but the next moment, his body turned into a white light and merged into Lin Yu's body. Is his complaint valid? Lin Yu thought in a daze, but instead became excited, ignoring Lu Jun's bitter look, his eyes fell on the table again, and he chose proliferation without hesitation. Because of its particularity, this card can be won for only 2,000 Chinese coins after the discount. Even so, no one is interested in it. I want this one, thank you. Lin Yu said something to the young lady who was in charge of reception and card collection. He soon got his wish and got a well-packaged iron box, which contained quick attack magic cards to multiply. You go. After getting the card he liked, Lin Yu gave Lu Jun a gesture of comparison. He couldn't wait for a long time, and he didn't care what card Lin Yu bought, and hurriedly selected the card. On the way out of school, Lu Jun and Lin Yu were walking on the same road because they were both day students. On the way, Lu Jun couldn't hide his excitement and clenched his fists and said, "It's so cool, today I got another Beast Warrior monster card. In time, I will definitely be honored, no, a legendary Beast Warrior card group duelist. Fantasy, just hard fantasy." Lin Yu gave a succinct comment on this brother's fantasies. Just think about it, anyway, occasionally bragging about B is good for physical and mental health. Lin Yu, what card did you buy today? Lu Jun remembered and asked about it. After speaking, he guessed on his own, it must be the monster card of the traffic series, right? Motorcycle or plane? Take your time and guess, master is here. Lin Yu patted Lu Jun on the shoulder and walked into a large community without waiting for him to ask further questions. Lu Jun was helpless and just shouted from behind, "Lin Yu, don't forget to go to the Zhongcheng Duel Hall tomorrow, I finally made an appointment." Lin Yu raised his hand, indicating that he understood, but he pondered in his heart. Zhongcheng Duel Hall? Listening to this, it seems to be a venue for a formal duel. It seems interesting. No, I have to make up for the common sense about this world. Halfway through, Lin Yu clenched his fists and decided to work hard tonight. Chapter 3 Zhongcheng University. Taking the elevator to the 19th floor and walking into the house, Lin Yu skillfully smeared and changed shoes, turned on the lights, and the fairly spacious living room was immediately lit up. The house is still the same, empty. Lin Yu's parents have long since divorced, and his father brought him up. Having said that, my father was a busy businessman who traveled all year round, and his discipline towards Lin Yu was also quite loose. The connection between Lin Yu and his father is mostly based on chat software. As for living expenses, it is easy to solve it by relying on mobile phone transfers. At present, Lin Yu's monthly living expenses are 5,000 yuan, which is not too much, but he is still able to cope with it with ease. After all, Lin doesn't play many games, so aside from spending on console games, he basically doesn't spend any more. Lin Yu also plays online games, but he only plays LOL, and he seldom pays for skins. He only buys a few skins for heroes who play well. It's not expensive, usually only a few dozen to 100. According to his previous lifestyle, it was almost time to prepare for the meeting, but today is different from the past. Lin Yu is full of all kinds of cards in his mind. Walking into the computer room in the bedroom and turning on the computer, Lin Yu quickly went to Du Niang to search for some information. The first thing to look for is things related to duelists. According to the explanation given by Du Niang, in this world, duelists are a profession that symbolizes glory and strength, and their status is respected and admired. Especially the powerful duelists, while the social status is extremely high, the income is even more amazing. Even students who graduated from ordinary duelist colleges, as long as they work hard, the annual salary of 1 million is not a problem. While earning a lot of money, duelists can also enjoy various preferential policies given by the state. For example, the right to purchase the housing of the duelists' community. These houses will be quite favorable in price, and no water, electricity, and property fees will be charged. Another example is the free use of the vast majority of public facilities in the world. It sounds fascinating, but the cruel reality is that an ordinary duelist college, the number of students recruited each year is basically about 2,000, who may stand out and become duelists, at most 50 people. The graduation rate is less than 1 in 40. On the contrary, those famous schools, such as the most famous Zhongcheng Duelist College in Zhongcheng, only recruited 500 students each year, but of these 500 students, nearly half of the students could eventually become duelists. The difference is huge. This has also led to countless people who have broken their heads and want to join a prestigious school and win a strong guarantee for their future. Zhongcheng High School. Lin Yu's mind also became active. If conditions permit, Of course he also wants to apply for Zhongcheng University. However, according to the results of the online search, Zhongcheng University's entry requirements are that the magic power reaches 130 points and the dual level monster card reaches 3. These are just the entry requirements. In any duelist college, students cannot avoid the actual combat assessment when applying for the exam. Lin Yu thought about the conditions for applying for Zhongcheng University. 130 points of magic power is relatively good. Although it is very difficult, at least he has a chance to fight. As for the latter condition, he has no clue at all. In this case, all Lin Yu can do is to maximize his strength. Now he is in the countdown stage of graduation, and there are only a few dozen days left. However, for a dueling student like him, the college entrance examination is no longer a purely cultural college entrance examination, but a duel in the true sense of whether or not to be admitted to a prestigious school. Seeing this, Lin Yu suddenly remembered something, raised his palm, blue magic power emerged, the light dots interlaced, the dark dueling gloves seemed to be activated, the obscure lines on the surface flickered slightly, and a complete picture was outlined along the way. Traces of several cards appeared, and these cards looked almost the same as the Yu-Gi-Oh cards that Lin Yu knew, but the number was really appalling. And soon, it was the turn of the poor quality. Wild motorcycle. Star rating, white. Attribute, ground. Race, mechanic. Attack power, 450, defense power, 350. Introduction, full of horsepower, feel the manic whistling. Woohoo Autobots. Star rating, white. Attribute, ground. Race, mechanic. Attack power, 500, defense power, 400. Introduction, woohoo takeoff. Huge truck. Star rating, white. Attribute, ground. Race, mechanic. Attack power, 1000, defense power, 500. Introduction, this is the art of madness and collision, the realization of violence and destruction. Mechanical gear. Card type, magic card. Effect, increase the ATK of a machine-type monster on your side of the field by 200. These are all of Lin Yu's deck, the so-called transport deck in Lu Jun's mouth. He has seen it, and it's more difficult than he imagined. But at this time, Lin Yu's attention quickly shifted, staring at the card after the proliferation magic card he just bought at school. Of the card is impressively. Chestnut balls. Coolly. Just as Lin Yu was staring at this card, the chestnut ball on the card blinked slightly and made a light voice that seemed to mean please take care of him. What exactly is this chestnut ball? Lin Yu was sure that the chestnut ball was definitely not the card he originally had. If so, it really meant. I'll leave it to you then, my duelist career. Picking up this chestnut ball, Lin Yu was in a good mood and kissed the chestnut ball pattern on the card. Putting all the cards into the dueling gloves, Lin Yu's eyes fell on the computer screen again. He planned to search for a few movies to watch. The movie is of course not an ordinary movie, but a duel-related movie. In this world, there are endless film themes related to dueling and dueling monsters. If you want to deepen your understanding of the world, themed movies are a good choice. Get it, get it, get it, get it. The next day, at 8 o'clock in the morning, the magical mobile phone alarm from the background music clip of the classic Happy Landlord rang on time. Lin Yu frowned and pressed the ringtone. He sat up sleepily, dazed for most of the time, and put his head back to himself. The wild electronic music barely woke up. No way, I watched the movie too late last night, and after that, I searched for a lot of things with Du Niang. Today, Lin Yu's awareness of this world has finally improved a lot. At least. No more common sense issues. Today is the weekend, so I don't have to go to class, but I have to get up early now because I have an appointment with Niu's son to go to the duel gym. Originally, Lin Yu didn't know much about the so-called dueling hall, so he didn't care too much. But now, Lin Yu already knew that the dueling hall was a place for formal duelists and informal duelists to practice and practice, but reservations were required, and reservations were more troublesome. More importantly, if you want to cultivate dueling-level monsters, duels are essential. Only through constant battles can the dueling monsters become stronger and stronger, thus exercising their own exclusive skills. There, Lin Yu will be able to initially get in touch with the card duels that belong to this world. Chapter 4_Duel Hall. Street Breakfast Shop. Lin Yu held a bowl of Jiangqin's special hot dry noodles in his hand. After stirring the sesame sauce, he ate it in big mouthfuls. It only took about a minute for Lin Yu to finish the hot and dry noodles and drink up the yogurt. After paying the bill, he stood on the street and waited for a taxi. On the street after 8 o'clock, the occasional wind seemed to be cold and very comfortable. After waiting for 2 minutes, Lin Yu waited for an empty car. "Master, please drive to the Zhongcheng Duel Hall." After getting on the bus, Lin Yu explained the destination to the driver. Last night, Lin Yu had already checked the Dunyang map in advance. It was about half an hour's drive from Jinming Community to Zhongcheng Duel Hall, which was a little far. Lin Yu and Lu Jun agreed to meet at 9 o'clock. At 9 o'clock, it was actually the opening time of the Zhongcheng Dueling Hall. Since it was Sunday, the road was relatively smooth. At 8:45, the taxi stopped in front of the main entrance of Zhongcheng Dueling Hall. In front of the main entrance is a black-grey marble door plate, with the words Zhongcheng Duel Hall engraved in pale gold letters on the door plate. On both sides are closed electronic fences, which have not yet been opened. After Lin Yu settled the bill and thanked him, he got out of the car and looked inside the dueling hall. Looking in from the main entrance, the first thing that catches the eye is an empty square. In the center of the square is a man-made fountain, surrounded by a large number of green plants. In the innermost part of the square, is a huge building, the top of which hangs a model of a duel plate, and 2 models of dueling monsters on both sides. These 2 dueling monsters, Lin Yu happened to know each other, they were Time Magician and True Red-Eyed Black Dragon. "Lin Yu, it's so early today? I'm mentally prepared for you to be late." Lin Yu was still admiring the models of the 2 monsters when someone patted his shoulder, followed by Lu Jun's voice. "I still have doubts about my quality?" "You shouldn't be." Lin Yu criticized one sentence, and then said, "Wait for me to PK with the Imperial City. If you don't fight, playing with you is looking for abuse. Your mechanical gear is too disgusting, the limit is low, and it can increase the attack power by 200 points, and my magic power can't stand it, so it's interesting to bully the little friends." Lu Jun resolutely admits counsel. "That's it." Lin Yu was a little surprised. It wasn't because Lu Jun confessed, but in the eyes of the other party, the mechanical gear was actually disgusting. He now thinks it is necessary to reshape his understanding of cards, and he can't just belittle the cards he can access right now just because he has the impression of countless powerful cards in his mind. In essence, the single most powerful single attribute he has now is just that giant truck, a card that is not at all compelling from its name to its image. Besides, magic power is also an issue that needs to be considered. Lin Yu's current magic power seems to be good in Class 6, but how could he possibly meet this level? He has been researching how to improve his own magic power. The result of the query is that if you want to improve this thing immediately, the most direct way is to throw money at it. And throwing money can only satisfy the early improvement. If you want to become a truly powerful duelist, you need to go to the duelist college in person to find the answer. The time is gradually approaching 9 o'clock, and more people are gathered around. Obviously, many people are rushing to Zhongcheng Duel Hall today. Free time on weekends is the second thing. The most important thing is that the dueling hall is only open for free on Sundays. Unless you are an official duelist, you need to pay an additional fee of 500 yuan to enter the hall on non-free days. However, the people who came here did not all have the idea of participating in the duel, and more people just came to join in the fun, wanting to see the contest between the duelists up close. Of course, all that can be seen is the duel between these informal duelists and the real duelists, which is set up separately in another duelist building where idlers are forbidden to enter. Duelers and spectators, the Zhongcheng Duel Hall is about to open. Please maintain order and enter the hall in the order of the duelists first and the spectators later. Thank you for your cooperation. A voice was heard repeatedly through the loudspeaker in the guard room. At 9 o'clock, the electronic fences on both sides of the gate were all closed. "It's done, let's go." Lin Yu snapped his fingers cheerfully, and took the lead in walking to the front. Groups of people quickly poured into the venue. Fortunately, the square behind the door was empty enough, and it didn't matter much when walking. Walking along the depths of the square, after a long while, Lin Yu and Lu Jun followed the crowd into the dueling hall. This huge space is divided into 20 dueling areas, each of which is close to 500 square meters, which is not too big, but it is enough for the current card duel. When entering the venue, Lin Yu and Lu Jun received a number from the staff respectively, and the initial order of entry was determined according to the number. The first to enter the venue will be duelists No. 1 to 20, and duelists who have ideas can duel with these 20 people. Of course, even if you get the top 20 number, whether you play or not depends on your mood. If you don't enter for more than 5 minutes, the rest can take the place. Lin Yu didn't get the top 20 numbers, but it was exactly what he wanted. He also wanted to see what the card duels in the world were like today. Even if you have learned something through some themed movies, you still need to experience it yourself if you want to really understand one thing. This is a good spot, Lin Yu, we have it. The auditorium of the entire dueling hall is in a ring shape rising row by row. Lu Jun is quite skilled in grabbing the vacant seat in the front row of the auditorium. From here, he can watch the battle at a closer distance, and it is also convenient to enter the venue. Yes, looking at the level of these people, it will be boring to be beaten later. Lin Yu nodded with satisfaction, and sat down peacefully. After a while, the originally empty dueling venue became lively, and more than 30 duelists entered the arena one after another, including some classmates, and couples, most of them. All have found a matching duelist. Only a few duelists were left waiting to be challenged, and some people responded quickly. The 20 duels had nothing to do with each other, and Lin Yu was not picky. Duel! Duel! The couple standing at both ends of the field and smiling at each other raised their dueling gloves at the same time and shouted the word duel. As the words fell, the obscure patterns on the surface of the dueling gloves on their hands instantly activated. Not only that, there was a faint sound of ZZ magnetic field connection in the entire venue, and then, I saw that in front of the couple, a transparent light film seemed to be covered. This light film is the soul barrier, and the strength of the soul barrier is 2000 points. The outcome of the duel is reflected in the fact that the soul barrier of either side is zeroed, thus completely shattering, even if the card duel is lost. Before the soul barrier is broken, duelists themselves do not need to worry about being attacked by cards, causing damage or even death. This dueling field also provides a special hidden barrier. When the duelist's soul barrier is broken, a barrier that absorbs subsequent damage will be automatically generated to avoid accidents. But Lin Yu, who has watched the theme movie, knows that if it is in a secret realm, the soul barrier is the absolute lifeline of the duelist. Once broken, it basically declares death. Chapter 5_Christmas Koala. The moment the duel started, what the couple did for the first time was exactly the same, that is, to drive the magic in their bodies and activate cards. Under the surging blue magic power, the royal card gloves on the two of them burst out with milky white light, and then, in front of the two, each flipped a card. Hoo-hoo! The flames rose, and the hot breath filled the air. The one who appeared in front of the boy was a violent-looking young man wearing a purple vest, blue shorts, and clenching his fists. The scorching flames surrounding him suddenly swayed away. Flame Manipulator. Mage Family, Flame Attribute. ATK 900, Def 1000. It can be seen from the bright smile on the boy's face that this is his trump card. Facing his girlfriend, he chooses to strike hard. What appeared in front of the girl was a beautiful girl monster card with long light yellow hair, who appeared in a dancing posture, with a flying skirt, like an elf. Dance Elf. Angel Family, Wind Attribute. ATK 300, Def 200. This attribute is poor, so what's the matter? Lu Jun noticed the dueling venue that Lin Yu was concerned about, and couldn't help but complain. Whether it is the duelist itself or the spectator, the battle value of the monster card can basically be known during the duel. Of course, this is the effect presented through the duel arena. If it is in a secret realm, if you want to know the value of dangerous monsters, you have to experience it through actual combat. The fact is also, as Lu Jun complained, there is no suspense in the battle between the couple, but the boy is obviously not really sick and intends to beat his girlfriend, but intends to help his girlfriend's cards improve their combat power through a duel. In the field, the flame manipulator only took passive defense according to the instructions of the boys, while the dance elf danced a beautiful dance. This was not a show, but her fighting style. As the dance progressed, a cyan breeze was blowing, and the dense energy was like a burst of cyan light particles, which smashed towards the flame manipulator one after another. It seems that the power is not bad, but in fact, these light particles are only filled with very little wind element fluctuations. The flame manipulator waved his fist lightly, and the arc-shaped flame spread, shattering all the light particles in an instant. The dance spirits are not discouraged, and continue to show their graceful dancing postures, and exercise the energy of the wind element in the process. The battle turned into a simple sparring, but Lin Yu still watched it with relish. This was a real card duel, and the embodied monster card was not just as simple as a phantom. After looking at it for a long time, Lin Yu's eyes were fiery, and he felt eager to try. Based on his own cards, combined with the content of the battle just now, Lin Yu came to the conclusion with satisfaction that his cards were not as closed as he imagined, like that huge truck with an attack power of up to 1000 points. In this informal duel for the first time, it's not bad. Lin Yu, the duel over there is over, why don't you go first? Lu Jun pointed to a dueling area, where a duelist's soul barrier had been broken, which meant his defeat, and interestingly, the victor had no idea of retreating. This also means that in the victory just now, the winner is still at ease, and the magic power is still in a sufficient state. Okay, let's play with him then. Lin Yu's interest had long been aroused. Before anyone was on the stage, he quickly left the auditorium, walked into the duel arena, and entered the waiting area. Hi! Lin Yu waved his hand as a greeting to the duelist on the opposite side. Hello, brother, did you see my duel just now? The boy standing opposite also seemed to be a student, looking at Lin Yu with interest and asking. I didn't pay much attention to it, but you should be very strong, right? Lin Yu told the truth. Hey, so, come on, brother, let me see your duel strength. The student duelist probably took Lin Yu's compliment very much, wiped his nose with his index finger, and then went into a state of preparation. Duel! Duel! Other parties shouted the word duel. Lin Yu also learned the same way. In fact, it is not necessary to shout these two words in the development of a duel, it is just to create an atmosphere. The duel started in an instant. Lin Yu could clearly feel that his body seemed to be covered with a layer of invisible thin ice. The texture was cold and refreshing, which was the composition of the soul barrier. Lin Yu, who was in high spirits, immediately drove the magic power in his body wandered, and supported the appearance of the cards. Choo choo choo! A violent humming sound of the engine sounded, and as the white light shone, a huge and manic silver white truck appeared on the duel arena. This truck was Lin Yu's signature monster, a huge truck. Mechanical family, land attribute. ATK 1000, Def 500. Lin Yu still attached great importance to this duel. This was his debut duel in this world. It's a good vibe, brother. The student duelist had a smile on his face, obviously not frightened by the aura displayed by the huge truck. Driven by magic, the cards were flipped and revealed. A koala wearing a Christmas costume with a huge body and holding a pillow in his arms made a high-pitched cry of yee. Christmas koala. Orcs, light attribute. ATK 1300, Def 800. The relevant data of this monster really appeared in front of Lin Yu's eyes. Such data was nothing in his past cognition, but in today's world, especially at the current stage, it seems too powerful. Brother, don't be frightened, my koala is very gentle, really. The student duelist smiled. Lin Yu didn't respond, but drove his magic power to activate another card. The light of the magic card bloomed, and there was a crisp click sound. The dark gear turned and was embedded in the huge truck. This was a mechanical gear, which could increase the attack power of mechanical monsters by 200 points. The moment he activated this card, Lin Yu could feel that the mana in his body had lost a lot of power, and it might be as high as 30 points. As I learned in the theme movie before, the magic power required to activate magic cards and trap cards often exceeds that of monster cards, even magic cards of the level of mechanical gear. Not bad, magic card, but I can't beat my koala yet. At the same time as the student duelist's voice fell, the Christmas koala had already started running on the field, with the pillow still clasped in his arms. Chug! The humming sound resounded, and the huge truck drove towards the side of the field at high speed, confronting it head-on. It is not the opponent of the giant koala. The best strategy is to dodge with speed. It should be noted that each monster summoned by the duelist will form a soul connection with the duelist itself. As long as the monster is not destroyed, the duelist's soul barrier will not be damaged in the slightest. The effective range of soul connection between dueling monsters and apprentice duelists is 10 meters, which can basically cover most of the dueling arena. Of course, this is only in the conventional sense. For example, some monster cards have the means of direct attack, which can ignore this rule and directly cause damage to the enemy duelist. Lin Yu is very clear about these things, and he also knows that there is a big difference between the dueling monsters in the world today and the dueling he understands. For example, now, even if the huge truck can't match the Christmas koala, it can still take advantage of its speed to turn around. Although the scope of the duel field and soul connection is limited, but in a short time, the Christmas koala can't force the huge truck to the Jedi. In other words, the data presented by attack power and defense power is only the most intuitive aspect, but it is not everything. Brother, the strategy is good, but it won't help. The student duelist is not in a hurry. His original intention is to train this Christmas koala and strive to make it a dueling level monster. And the fact is, as he said, the Christmas koala suddenly threw the pillow in his hand, which was clearly just a pillow, but with its strength bonus, it attacked the huge truck moving at high speed like a boomerang. The extremely tricky angle forced the huge truck to stop and avoid the attack of the throw pillow to the limit, but at this time, the Christmas koala had also intercepted it, blocking the retreat of the huge truck. Such a conspicuous and visually impactful scene also attracted the attention of many viewers. Among the multiple duels held at the same time in the dueling hall, the duel here is not the most exciting, but it is enough to attract people's attention. Coolly. Lin Yu, who was staring at the battle situation on the duel arena, suddenly heard a familiar voice. This voice was. Lin Yu subconsciously looked at his shoulder, where the chestnut ball appeared at an unknown time, and after noticing his gaze, he nodded at it. Do you want to join the fight too? Coolly. Okay, let's try it. After all, it's the first duel. If you lose, you'll be really sorry. Lin Yu remembered the duel rules in this world in the theme movie. The enemy's Christmas koala does have a high attack power, but the difference in attack power is only 100 points. The way to make up the gap is not only to further improve himself the attack power of the monster. Chestnut ball, it's your turn to perform. Lin Yu drives magic, unless a duelist of a certain level, if you want to summon another monster, you must go through an interval of 30 seconds, and at this time, a huge truck has been created. Is there a backer? But no matter what, there should be no way to surpass my Christmas koala, brother, come on. The student duelist looks like an old dog. It is not that he has prepared other monster cards, but it is far from being comparable to this Christmas koala. What's more, his biggest purpose is to train this monster, but he also hopes that Lin Yu can come up with more powerful cards. It's a pity that the probability is close to zero. No matter how you look at it. The huge truck is Lin Yu's biggest trump card. Under the stares of him and the audience, the white light he summoned shone and disappeared, and the small figure of the chestnut ball suddenly appeared. Chapter 6 Card Roulette. Coolly. The moment the chestnut ball appeared, his eyes became extremely sharp, staring at the appearance of the Christmas koala, with a fierce and cute feeling. Wow, look over there, cute monsters. Really, I really want to touch its fur, it looks so soft. Little cutie, come on. Hey, a monster with an ATK of 300 and a def of 200 is the limit. What do you expect from it? That's right, you girls' thinking is really simple, this is a duel, not a cute thing contest. If you want to take care of it, we'll be willing to cheer for the little cutie, right, sisters? That's right. The appearance of the chestnut ball caused a small climax in the audience, and also attracted a lot of girl fans, but even so, no one would think that it can play a big role in this duel. Brother, your monster is quite cute, but Meng can't be eaten as a meal, it's almost over. The student duelist smiled, and at this time, the Christmas koala had completely approached the huge truck with no way to retreat, and he was already winning. Lin Yu didn't wait any longer, the dark blue magic power emerged, and driven by the magic power, another magic card was flipped. Aware of this, the student duelist's expression changed slightly. Obviously, he thought that this would be another magic card with the nature of augmentation. If so, the huge truck might surpass the attack power of the Christmas koala. Thinking of this, he didn't care about retaining his strength, drained the remaining magic power in his body, and activated a magic card. The lush green thick bamboo appeared with the flickering of a pale green light. This bamboo appeared in front of the Christmas koala, and the koala broke the bamboo into 2 pieces and swallowed it. It can be seen that the abdomen of the Christmas koala flashes slightly, and then, the breath on its body suddenly rises. The magic card, the Bamboo of Gift, has the effect of increasing the ATK of a monster by 100 points. If the monster is a beast type, the value will be changed to 300 points. This is the student duelist's signature magic card. Combined with the inherent attributes of the Christmas koala, its attack power directly soars to an astonishing 1,600 points, crushing the huge truck with 400 points of attack power. That way you'll be safe. The smile on the face of the student duelist turned bright again. Although it is a pity, after this duel, no matter whether he wins or loses, he will have no magic power to continue the duel, but it has attracted so much attention and the training is not bad, it is worth it. And at the same time when this bamboo of gift was activated, the magic power belonging to proliferation also fell on the small body of the chestnut ball. A naughty and treacherous laughter sounded faintly, and the chestnut ball was enveloped in a burst of white light. The white light was so dazzling that both Lin Yu and the student duelist temporarily lost their vision. Holy shit, what's going on? Are you kidding me? How is it possible? How is this done? Who can explain? Come and record it with your phone. This is too awesome. It's the first time I saw this scene in the dueling hall. One after another, exclamations and uproars spread from the auditorium like a tsunami. The student duelists were puzzled, but a smug smile quickly appeared on the corners of their mouths. It seems that these people were shocked by his Christmas koala. The next moment this thought appeared, the shining white light completely disappeared, and the scene in front of him made his expression freeze on the spot, and his jaw dropped. What the hell is this? A shocking scene was staged. At this time, the chestnut balls in the field seemed to have performed the multi-shadow avatar technique. There were 20 chestnut balls scattered in the field, and the cry of coolies rang out. Not to mention the audience and the student duelist, even Lin Yu himself was a little stunned. You must know that the effect of proliferation is to summon as many chestnut ball tokens as possible on the field, but in the duel rules, there can only be a maximum of 5 monsters on the field. In this world, there is a restriction called soul connection. Under this restriction, most duelists can only connect up to 5 monsters at the same time. A dueling newcomer like them has weak soul power and 3 monsters is the limit. Based on this rule, Proliferate should only be able to summon 3 chestnut ball tokens. Lin Yu couldn't understand it for a while, but this did not prevent his confidence from increasing greatly. In this world, the number of dueling monsters is not so absolute. Such a number of chestnut balls is enough to cause a qualitative change in combat power. The same is true. The instant he saw 20 chestnut balls, the student duelist was almost not scared, and he soon had the idea of surrender, but it was too late. 20 chestnut balls have surrounded the Christmas koalas that attacked the huge truck from different angles. The desperate situation that originally belonged to the huge truck was suddenly reversed. Yee! The Christmas koala showed a terrified expression, and subconsciously wanted to retreat, but the chestnut ball at the back had already attacked with a small fist. Pop, pop, pop. 3 minutes later, the Christmas koala, which had successfully eliminated nearly 10 chestnut balls, still failed to withstand it. Although its attack power was strong, its defensive power was far inferior to its attack power, which was only 800 points. In this case, even if the chestnut ball derivative only has 300 attack power, there can be a large number, and the huge truck with 1200 attack power cooperates, and the outnumbered Christmas koala cannot escape the fate of being broken. Losing the shelter of the Christmas koala, the student duelist's soul barrier was soon shattered to zero under the siege of a huge truck and a group of chestnut balls. The student duelist fell into a long silence. He didn't know what to say. He couldn't figure out why the chestnut balls could be split into such a quantity. Well, you won, bro, can you? When the student duelist recovered his senses and raised his head, he was about to ask Lin Yu about the secrets of Li Ziqiu, but found that Lin Yu had slipped somewhere and disappeared. Outside the duel hall, in front of an uninhabited shady tree, Lin Yu took several deep breaths in a row to calm down the turmoil in his heart. More importantly, the moment he won the duel just now, a line of brown subtitles appeared in front of his eyes. Achievement: victory in the first battle has been achieved, number of primary card draws 1. Hint. Duelists can open the card roulette at any time, this roulette is only visible to duelists. After seeing these 2 lines of subtitles for a moment, Lin Yu realized that this was the late golden finger that finally went online. Even though he knew that the golden finger was only visible to him, for the sake of safety, he still ran out to avoid causing trouble. Hiding in front of the big tree, looked around, and after confirming that it was safe, Lin Yu tried to activate the roulette with his mind. Click! As if a pair of shackles were opened, at the same time as the crisp sound sounded, a large brown roulette appeared, and the roulette was divided into 20 grids, but this was only a superficial division, and the actual number of grids was unknown. In each grid, a card is quietly placed, and the card is presented on the back, so it is impossible to know the specific content of each card. This is the so-called random draw. Lin Yu immediately understood the doorway, and without ink, he tried to touch the big red button in the center of the roulette with his mind. The word primary was written on the button, which meant that it was a primary card roulette. Ka. The roulette wheel suddenly turned rhythmically, and a faint blue cursor rotated, and after 20 seconds of rotation, it was fixed on one of the grids. Lin Yu's eyes immediately focused on that card, which would be the first card he had drawn through the card roulette. Chapter 7_Magic Spar. The card slowly flipped, from the back to the front, and then accelerated and enlarged in front of Lin Yu. Evil Beast King Gassel. Star rating, White. Attribute, Ground. Race, Orc. Attack power, 1500, Defense power, 1200. Introduction, the speed of running is too fast, and the body looks like a phantom beast. On the surface of the card, a scene that looks like a half-lion, running in the forest under the moonlight, and then jumping high, is drawn. The ferocious face and minions seem to tear the silent night. This card is still a whiteboard card without any special effects, but it already meets Lin Yu's psychological expectations. From the attribute point of view, 1500 attack power is quite impressive in the White Star card, not to mention the defensive power is not low. Coupled with the speed described in the introduction, it can be predicted that the comprehensive combat power of this card will be very strong. Illusory Beast King. Of course, Lin Yu is not unfamiliar with the cards used by the Duel King Muto game in Yu-Gi-Oh! At this time, there is an inexplicable sense of intimacy. After confirming the card, Lin Yu turned to put it into the dueling gloves, and at the same time, the slight gasp after running at a high speed came from behind. Hu, Lin Yu, I'm sorry, why did you suddenly collapse and sell? Lu Jun's face was downcast, and he looked extremely depressed. Hey, don't mention it, my head suddenly felt a little dizzy, I almost couldn't stand it, I had to run out urgently to get some air. Lin Yu said nonsense casually. Ah, is it all right? Do you want to go to the hospital? It's harmless, it's almost over, but you, hurry up and go back to the duel, I should go back to rest for a few hours and I should be completely fine. Lin Yu remembered the matter of the dueling hall. It is rare to make an appointment. He has already trained almost, and his body's magic power has been consumed a lot. It would be a pity for Lu Jun to waste this opportunity. That's all right, just take care of yourself. Be careful too, don't be abused by others as a dish. I vomited, Lin Yu, please speak and be a person. Lu Jun was depressed again, and finally confirmed Lin Yu's condition. Seeing that he really seemed to be okay, he trotted back to the dueling hall. If it was delayed for too long, the guard would not let him go if he wanted to go back. Lin Yu stopped a taxi at the door, but did not intend to go home, but planned to go to Jiangbei Mall. According to the reliable information provided by Du Niang, Jiangbei Mall is one of the most well-known duelist malls in Zhongcheng, where a large number of duelist-related goods are sold. Among them, the main theme goods are naturally cards, but the areas will be divided according to the formal and informal duelists. The mall starts from the second floor, where only duelists are qualified to set foot. The cards sold are also of higher quality, and there are special card consignment sales, card for card and other services. In this world, although online shopping still exists, the country has explicitly banned online card trading. After all, the internet is a mixed place. Although it is convenient, it is easy to be exploited. In order to avoid unnecessary trouble, the state has specially promulgated relevant policies. Not only online purchases, but even offline purchases. Only stores or malls with a card sales license are allowed to sell cards. At this time, Lin Yu suddenly planned to go to Jiangbei Mall because he had just received a large transfer from his father, the amount of which was 100,000 yuan. Son, graduate sprint, work harder. The accompanying content is as simple as ever. Lin Yu's father is a businessman, and his business is not very big. He is a small boss at best. Lin Yu knew this in his heart, but he never felt lonely and lost because of it. Instead, he enjoyed it. The world that no one controlled was free and happy for him. Dad Lin also knew that his son dreamed of becoming a duelist, and his attitude towards this was very casual and would not be more intrusive, but if Lin Yu had related needs, he would try his best to satisfy him. For example, the pair of dueling gloves worth 100,000 yuan, like now. On the road of a duelist's growth, aside from hard work and talent, spending money is also essential. At this stage, Lin Yu desperately needs magic supplements such as magic stock solution and even magic spar to speed up the tempering of his magic power. He can reach a height of 115 magic points and he can't do without the help of these expensive supplements. Although the effect of mana absorption is completely different according to each person's physique, mana supplements are definitely useful, and as long as they are not used excessively, there will be no side effects. Jiangbei Shopping Mall is not far from the Duel Hall, both in the Zhongcheng North District, so within 10 minutes, the taxi stopped at the gate of the mall. Jiangbei Mall is located in the golden section of the Zhongcheng Business Circle. Although it is only 7 stories high, it looks quite imposing. To enter the mall, you need to pass through a large square first. Since it is a weekend, even before noon, the ring around the fountain in the center of the square is very large. The chairs were still full of people. Through the revolving door, Lin Yu walked into the first floor of the mall. As soon as he entered, he could immediately feel the unique atmosphere of the dueling world. There are publicity screens flashing with pictures of dueling monsters everywhere on the floor, or there are overwhelming posters, placed on the shelves, or in exquisite storage boxes, with a dazzling array of various cards, overwhelmed. However, compared to the cards sold in the school, the quality of the cards here is not outstanding, most of them are whiteboard cards with general data, and the price is more expensive. Such a situation was also expected by Lin Yu, otherwise, those people in the school would not be surprised by the new batch of cards. Lin Yu didn't mean to buy a card here, but planned to buy a whole small magic spar. A small magic spar, depending on the quality, the price is between 80,000 and 100,000. The price is indeed high, but the effect is also very significant. After the duelist absorbs the energy, even if the aptitude is average, he can successfully increase the magic power by about 5 points. What Lin Yu wanted to do most right now was not to improve his magic power to meet the entrance examination standards of Zhongcheng University. What he wants is to dig out more possibilities for the card roulette. Judging from today's drawing experience, if he wants to draw more cards, he may need to achieve various corresponding achievements. For example, winning the duel for the first time is the achievement of winning the first battle. It is worth mentioning that it is obviously impossible for Lin Yu to win a duel for the first time, nor is it the first time to go to the duel hall. However, the standard for unlocking this achievement is based on Lin Yu's journey. In other words, if you buy a magic spar and absorb it, it is possible to achieve something like first use of magic supplements. Even if it fails to do so, relying on the magic spar to increase the magic power is also a very important thing. In this world, duels are not as easy as one might imagine, and the magic power of the duelist is the cornerstone of everything. If there is not enough magic power, even if he draws a card against this guy, it will be no use. With this idea in mind, Lin Yu found a shop specializing in selling magic supplements and walked into it. Chapter 8_Maze Challenge. Hello, handsome guy, are you planning to take a look at magic supplements? We just launched a new magic supplement with extremely high cost effectiveness. Do you need me to introduce it to you? As soon as I walked into the store, a salesman with a beautiful and light makeup approached her with a sweet smile. It is worth mentioning that the handsome guy in the mouth of the young lady is not a compliment. With Lin Yu's appearance, he can be 90% of the so-called handsome guy without special dressing up. Don't bother, I want to buy a magic spar at a reasonable price. Lin Yu waved his hand and said casually. Hearing the words magic spar, the salesman's eyes suddenly lit up and she quickly said. Magic spar? Handsome guy, you've really come to the right place. Our magic spar is of high quality and is especially suitable for absorption. No matter what kind of magic absorbing physique, the residual energy rate has a considerable advantage compared to other companies. Magic spar is a relatively luxurious commodity among magic supplements. Even if you sell the cheapest magic spar, this young lady can get a lot of commissions. Well then, please help me get a piece of reliable quality. Lin Yu is not a magic spar appraiser. He can only measure the corresponding quality by price. This is true, but there are very few problems with the products sold by the nationally certified shops, and it is almost impossible to encounter big problems. Not to mention the large-scale shopping malls such as Jiangbei Mall, the reputation of the shops distributed in it goes without saying. Handsome man, this magic spar was recently brought out from the light-risk secret realm. It is of good quality and easier to absorb. It belongs to the top of the magic spar. The original price is 100,000 yuan, but if you buy it now, you can get 2 with a discount of 1,000 yuan, you can get it at 98,000 yuan. The salesman introduced with a smile on her face, and did not forget to add. This is also because considering that the major dueling colleges will launch a new round of admissions exams soon, the benefits provided to the majority of dueling students who are about to graduate. Lin Yu's eyes fell on a beautifully shaped and small box handed over by the other party. The box was transparent, with a white substance like dry ice scattered around it. The magic spar placed in it was like a frozen ice cube. That's right, the magic spar, which is about the size of a ping-pong ball, still exudes a coquettish, strange purple light. Just by looking through the box, Lin Yu can feel a unique magic aura. The magic spar is indeed a good thing. Lin Yu nodded in his heart and gave his evaluation. Okay, I want this. Feeling that this magic spar was pretty good, Lin Yu didn't bother to choose any more. He took out his mobile phone and scanned the QR code handed over by the salesman. Thanks. Lin Yu, who paid the bill, took the magic spar that the salesman helped to pack, and simply raised his hand to say thank you, and then walked out of the shop with a cheerful "You're welcome, welcome next time" and watched. Shop. With the shopping bag in his hand, Lin Yu felt a little regretful. Purchasing magic supplements does not unlock related card drawing achievements, and it may be difficult to absorb magic spar. Fortunately, Lin Yu didn't expect too much from this. And it was just an unlock attempt. Packing up his mood, Lin Yu was not in a hurry to leave Jiangbei Mall. Although there was not much money left on him, who said that shopping must be spent when visiting the mall? The world has evolved into today's card world. It is obviously impossible for Lin Yu to understand only through various exaggerated film and television works. If you want to understand it deeply, you have to experience it yourself. With the idea of exploring and discovering, Lin Yu started to wander around the first floor of the mall. If possible, he would like to go to the second floor to have a look, so that he can know the cards used by ordinary duelists and what kind of cards they have achieved. Strength. Stop and go at will. The facts soon proved that Lin Yu's choice was right. When passing by a large store, Lin Yu stopped, not only because of the size of the store, but because the store seemed to be carrying out some interesting activities, and many people were gathering here, which made him curious and expressed quite interested. There are several billboards at the entrance of the store, most of which are related to the event. However, because the entrance is full of people and there are too many people joining in the fun, it is impossible to fully read the contents of the signs. However, the merchant obviously also considered this problem and installed a large publicity screen at a slightly higher place. Lin Yu quickly noticed the publicity screen and looked up. Exploring the secret treasures of the labyrinth, if you dare to break through, you will come. The first thing that catches the eye is the bold and red painted event title that stands out. Just seeing this title, Lin Yu couldn't help but read the rest of the activities with great interest. After a while, he completely understood what activities were going on here. To put it succinctly, the merchants hide a total of 10 keys in 3 grades of gold, silver, and bronze in the treasure hunting field created based on the field magic card maze. The area of the maze is not too large, and it is in the effective range for non-duelers to form a dual connection with their own monster cards, but the route inside the maze can be described as intricate and complicated, and it is easy for people with poor sense of direction to get lost. Of course, the duelists themselves cannot participate in this event, but after paying the 500 yuan challenge fee, they send out any monster card for a 5-minute exploration, and the keys found during the period can be exchanged for the corresponding prizes with the merchants. According to the merchant's description, each key has a corresponding magic aura. The lower the key level, the stronger the aura. On the contrary, the magic aura wrapped around the only golden key is almost negligible. As we all know, any monster card has a natural sensitivity to magical energy, but the sensitivity is different, and the signs of performance are not clear. Based on this, many people are happy to let their cards try. After all, the challenge fee is not too expensive. However, the merchant also specifically stipulates that each duelist's monster card can only be challenged once, and the keys are exhausted. Also, duelists who meet the full dueler criteria are not allowed to participate in the challenge. From the event notification, Lin Yu learned that the event has started for more than 2 hours. But so far only 2 bronze keys have been found, which shows the difficulty of the challenge. But correspondingly, the rewards for successful challenges are also very generous. Each copper key can be exchanged for a bottle of magic stock solution worth 10,000 yuan. As for the golden key, it happened that the corresponding prize was the magic spar that Lin Yugong had just bought. A magic spar is worth 100,000 yuan, which is a big deal. Lin Yu was even more interested, and he didn't care about the mere 500 yuan challenge fee. Thinking of this, Lin Yu hurriedly squeezed into the crowd, swiped at the challenge QR code on the billboard, and after paying the 500 yuan challenge fee, he was told that he was currently ranked 17th in the queue, not too far behind. According to the 5-minute challenge mode, it would take about an hour and a half to wait for his turn. During the waiting period, Lin Yu can also observe every challenge on the spot through the large Blu-ray LCD screen prepared by the merchant. At this time, on the screen, a cute and handsome young dragon with an orange body is flapping its wings clumsily and flying around in the complex maze. Lin Yu recognized that this monster was a baby dragon. The baby dragon flew through an aisle, and when it reached the end, it slammed into a grey light door. After opening the door, it was a dead end. In the corner of the dead end, a group of grey light was fluctuating violently, exuding an extremely violent magical aura. This thing is a trap set up by the merchant, and its magic power far exceeds that of the 3 types of keys, which is very attractive to monster cards. The challengers at this stage can drive monster cards that are at most dueling level, and they will not be strong dueling level. In this case, their intelligence is relatively lacking, and they cannot distinguish such detailed exploration well. Hey! The duelist of the baby dragon also sighed in annoyance. The time has come, and the 500 yuan is just wasted. Chapter 9_Destiny Lady Letty. Hey, I failed again, this challenge is too difficult. No way, those light clusters are too inductive and can easily distract the monsters. The 2 duelists who found the bronze key before are ruthless. More than an hour later, the maze challenge still hasn't made any progress compared to before, the number of keys is still the same, the challenge is more difficult than everyone imagined, and some people even begin to doubt whether the 2 who succeeded in the previous challenge are dog care. But after thinking about it, for the mere 500 yuan, the store will not smash the word of mouth. This store has some background, and the store manager in charge of running the store is a genuine Samsung duelist. Although no one has been able to challenge successfully for a long time, the popularity of this activity has not decreased because of this. The crowd came, and the challengers came in batches. Now, if there is one more person, it will be Lin Yu's turn to play. Challenged. After challenger number 15 left the field, challenger number 16 had already walked to the challenge and had witnessed so many failed challenge cases, but he still had a confident smile on his face, and that smile showed a sunshine-like gentleness. Feel. Okay, let's wait and see, this Mr. Xiao's challenge is about to start. The challenge host said. At the same time as the voice fell, the challenger immediately activated his magic power, the cards were flipped, and the light of summoning surged. The one who appeared was a petite woman with exquisite curves. The light black bodysuit perfectly outlined her graceful figure, and a fluffy yellow skirt was just right to restrain a bit of sexiness. From the wand with the sun wheel at the top of her hand, it can be seen that this is a monster of the Zhang magician family. Through the analysis of the venue, the onlookers can know that this card is called Destiny Lady Letty. Magician-type monsters are often more sensitive to magic power, and it is indeed a wise move to choose to summon magician-type monsters to challenge. Through the challenge screen, Letty entered the challenge labyrinth in full view. The first thing Lin Yu paid attention to was the distribution of the keys in the maze. During the challenge, the keys in the maze will be specially marked to enhance the viewing experience, but the location of the key will be reset every time you challenge, and the location of the key will be random after each challenger enters the maze. Therefore, the event organizer does not have to worry about the challenger knowing the location of the key in advance, so as to target it. Lin Yu raised his eyebrows slightly. Through the screen, he could clearly see that Letty had landed in a good position. There were 3 keys scattered around, 2 copper and 1 silver. But at the same time, there are also a lot of interfering light clusters, also 3. If Letty fails to resist the inducement, the probability of trying to get the key will be very low. With everyone's eyes focused, Letty suddenly took a step in a certain direction after hesitating for a moment. Seeing this, the audience secretly thought that it was a pity that the location was where an interfering light group was located. Sure enough, this challenge is too difficult, even the magician family, under the premise of not being able to practice at home, can't distinguish right from wrong. Lin Yu also felt a little pity. If things go on like this, I'm afraid I really won't be able to witness someone successfully accomplishing the challenge with my own eyes. As for himself, he is very confident in the chestnut ball. Judging from the spirituality of the chestnut ball, even if the position of the keys cannot be locked, it is impossible to be fooled by those who interfere with the light group. Excluding the influence of the interference light group, as long as you are a little lucky, the chestnut ball will definitely get a key. Just thinking of this, the unexpected change on the screen immediately caught Lin Yu's attention. I saw Letty, who had gone in the wrong direction, suddenly stopped, and her whole body was bathed in a layer of pale golden light. After the light shone for a few seconds, her eyes became clearer. This is special effect? Lin Yu quickly recognized that he had watched a lot of card-themed movies, and knew that when monster cards activated special effects, they usually had corresponding manifestations. The light bathed in Letty's body is the form of expression when she activates the special effect, and after the successful activation of the special effect, Letty closed her eyes tightly, as if she was perceiving something. After a while, Letty, who opened her eyes again, resolutely gave up the original route of travel and rushed in another direction, and that direction was where a silver key was. Seeing this, the eyes of the audience widened, don't you think? On the screen, Letty went around the maze passages. The closer she got to the silver key, the slower her movements became. She closed her eyes for a long time to perceive and confirm before she started again. In fact, she should have sensed the location of another copper key that was very close to her, but she did not waste time in the past, but rushed to the already locked target. Finally, when the challenge time came to 4 minutes and 40 seconds, Letty waved his staff and pushed open the door of light in front of him, and found the silver key with a silver halo behind the door. Challenge succeeded. Wow, that's amazing, I found this special silver key? I suddenly have the motivation to challenge again. Forget it, you're amazing. Instead of being a philanthropist, why don't you keep your 500 yuan and invite me to go to General Crown Street for a meal some other day? He looks good when he smiles, I love this little brother. Brother is great. Nearly an hour and a half, a successful challenger finally appeared, and he successfully won the silver key, which immediately caused a lot of waves in the crowd, and the boy who successfully completed the challenge and shined brightly still had a spring breeze on his face. His warm smile did not expand because of this, but instead was a little modest and low-key. Brother, it's all right, it's off to a good start. Xiao Mu was smiling, when someone patted his shoulder suddenly, which made him stunned for a moment, and then the sound made him turn his head, and what caught his eye was a very handsome face. Thank you, and you too. Although he didn't know what was going on, he nodded politely and expressed his blessings. Don't worry, maybe that golden key will run into my pocket later, no, it should be said to be a magic spar, this is a hint. Lin Yu smiled impolitely, and picked up the bag with the magic spar in his hand. After saying this, Lin Yu walked up to the challenge without looking at the other party's reaction. Wow, another handsome guy, still epic, I'm too happy today. Really, come on, brother, come on. Lin Yu's appearance also caused some sensation in the crowd, but it was only for girls, and it depended on her looks. Although it was in the world of cards, no matter where she was, she often couldn't get rid of the factor of looking at her face. Strong and handsome duelists often attract countless fans. Xiao Mu also looked at Lin Yu with a little curiosity. He was about to leave after taking the prize. Naturally, he was not attracted by Lin Yu's appearance, but was quite concerned about what he said just now. That remark didn't seem like a simple joke or bragging. Xiao Mu was looking forward to what kind of cards Lin Yu would come up with for this challenge. Soon, the answer was revealed. Coolly. The chestnut ball appeared amidst the cries of the girls covering their faces. Chapter 10_Tianzihu Chestnut Ball. That monster. Xiao Mu stared at the chestnut ball floating in the low air with a little surprise in his eyes. For some reason, he instinctively felt that the card was not simple, as if it had wisdom that did not fit this stage. The chestnut ball slowly flew into the maze, and quickly launched the challenge, and as soon as it entered the maze, Lin Yu was very happy. Without him, the place where the little guy came is not too far from the high-profile golden key. Aside from the golden key, there are several copper keys around, which can be regarded as a gathering place for keys. Of course, there are also unlucky ones. There are 7 or 8 interfering light groups scattered around the chestnut ball. If these light groups are replaced by ordinary cards, I am afraid they will attract attention in minutes. As for the chestnut ball, it has also witnessed other card challenges just now. With its wisdom, it will not be so obvious. Lin Yu is now counting on chestnut balls to have good luck. If nothing else, bumping into a copper key is a worthwhile trip. Coolly. The chestnut ball in the maze blinked and stopped in midair for a moment, as if he had found something, it flew towards the target without any sloppy water. Seeing that the chestnut ball immediately decided to be excited, the audience also exclaimed, but from the trajectory of its flight, it seemed to be attracted by the interference light group. But not sure. The reason why I say this is because the chestnut ball is flying in the direction, and it is possible to find the one and only, golden key, regardless of the interfering light group. Although no one thinks that the chestnut ball has successfully captured the magical breath of the golden key, it is inevitable to hold your breath. Is it possible? And under such a gaze, the chestnut ball flew quickly, successfully bypassed several aisles, and got closer and closer to the target. There was a door of light in front of it, and behind the door of light was an interfering light group. Chestnut ball rushed into the door of light without hesitation. Seeing this scene, many people sighed, but a few people still stared at its movements. In this area, it is not only the interference light group, the chestnut ball is not far from the golden key. The interfering light group only acts as an interference, and it does not mean that the challenge will fail if the interference light group is encountered. Shortly after the chestnut ball flew into the gate of light, Xiaomu, who had been following it for a long time, was even more surprised. He could see that the chestnut ball flew without any hesitation, and it was the same after breaking into the gate of light. From such a performance, one thing can be explained: it is not here because of the traction of the interference light group. The chestnut ball also verified this with facts. After breaking into the door of light for a while, the chestnut ball continued to move towards the aisle connected to the right. After flying through an S-curve, there were 3 doors of light in front of it, 2 of which led to the other direction. A dead end. The chestnut ball still did not hesitate, and floated directly into the door of light where the dead end was located. Whoa! Seeing this, there was a sudden uproar in the audience. What the chestnut ball flew into was exactly where the only golden key was. In front of everyone's eyes. The chestnut ball on the screen broke into the door of light, and picked up the golden key that was placed in the dead end, with a faint golden brilliance. No, isn't it? What are you doing at 6? You re-stunned. I really found it. Is this monster a fairy? How did it perceive it? So many interfering light clusters don't work for it. Isn't this also a dog care? It's not a dog care or it's open. This must be at least the top plugin in 1982. It's great, little cutie, I really want to kiss it. Whoa! The commotion caused by the scene naturally cannot affect the chestnut ball in the challenge. After finding the golden key, the chestnut ball did not stop moving, but spared no effort to accelerate the flight and flew in the other direction. After a while, when the chestnut ball appeared in the hiding place of a copper key, the scene was detonated again. This time, everyone was sure that it was not luck that the chestnut ball could find the golden key, but that it really captured the faint magical aura on the surface of the golden key. Of course, some people insist that the chestnut ball is a monster sent by Gaudo, and they know the distribution points of all the keys in advance, but since they can't find any evidence, they can't say anything more about it. 1 gold and 1 bronze. As soon as the chestnut ball shot, he easily achieved such a record. Even Lin Yu was a little stunned. The performance of the chestnut ball is beyond his imagination. But turning around, Lin Yu was overjoyed. Nice! This wave is the grand prize. Coolly. After completing the challenge, the chestnut ball turned back from the maze. Lin Yu strode forward, and happily touched the chestnut ball's small head. Coolly. A look of enjoyment and happiness appeared on the chestnut ball's face. Young man, it's very good. This card of yours should have been tempered to dual level long ago, right? The store manager came over with an admiring expression, glanced at the chestnut balls, then looked at Lin Yu with a smile, and handed over the prizes this time, a high-quality magic spar and a bottle of magic stock solution. You passed the prize, and I won these, thank you. Lin Yu didn't explain too much. He didn't know how the chestnut ball was and what level it should be defined as, but what was certain was that it absolutely met the world's dual level standards. After a few words of courtesy with the store manager, Lin Yu, who returned with a full load, was in a good mood. After going out, he took 2 top matching magic spar and a bottle of good magic stock solution, and his life was complete. Your cards are great. As soon as Lin Yu walked out of the crowd, a gentle voice came from his side. Xiaomu, who was waiting here specially, came over and stretched out his palm, revealing his signature warm smile. My name is Xiaomu. I have seen the performance just now. It's very beautiful. Lin Yu. Lin Yu simply shook hands with the other party. It was rare to meet someone who was polite. This quality was much better than Niu-sun. As expected, you should be the awakener of the origin card, Xiaomu suddenly said. Origin card. Hearing this term, Lin Yu only hesitated for a moment, and then he remembered the definition. In today's world, there are very few people who can awaken their own exclusive cards in their innate bodies. The cards often have low consumption or even zero consumption, and are characterized by high affinity and spirituality. This is the so-called origin card, which belongs to the existence that is hard to find in 1,000 miles. Perhaps Lin Yu is actually not sure whether the chestnut ball fits the definition of Yuan card, but one thing is that the chestnut ball is indeed owned by him from the beginning, not drawn through the card roulette. In addition, the chestnut ball shows extraordinary uniqueness. The most intuitive point is the wisdom it possesses. Lin Yu can be sure that it can read all his words. Lin Yu's ambiguous answer was not what Xiaomu expected, and he didn't mean to pursue it to the end. Everyone has their own secrets, especially duelists. Looking at your appearance, you must also be a graduate of the high school about to face duelists, right? Xiaomu took the initiative to change the subject. So you are too. Lin Yu nodded. I hope to see you at Zhongcheng High School. I have a hunch that you will become a great duelist. Xiaomu smiled. Cough. I think so too. Lin Yu felt a little embarrassed for some reason. He had dealt with a group of Ziyuan people all year round. He occasionally encountered a quality expert like Xiaomu, and he was indeed slightly uncomfortable with the way he spoke. Goodbye then, and good luck. Xiaomu waved his hand politely and dropped the last sentence. And not long after he left, Lin Yu also moved. Today's victory was huge, and it was time to retreat. You've reached the end of Part 1. Want to know what happens next? Part 2 and the rest of the story are available on Patreon. Go to Patreon and search for my page to continue listening. Join Patreon and continue the story from Part 2. Thank you for listening and supporting the channel.